Hey, my leaders, how you doing? I trust that you are well. I trust that you've been well. I know it's been a while, but I've missed you. I hope you've missed me too. And just returning back, it's been a great time to actually just relax, first of all. Also plan for this and be able to share, but also just to recover from the injury that I had.
Is that you? Do you want to achieve it? Do you have the zeal to get there? Do you want to become the best? Then what do you need to do?
So yes, so as we start this, we're actually going to be able to talk about 4 different areas of a leader. And these will have an acronym. We'll have an acronym of a DISC. This I got to learn first of all from the John Maxwell leadership training that I got to take part in, and which has taught me a lot and given me a lot of understanding just how a leader forms, how a leader performs, how a leader is able to articulate himself, and also how a leader is able to take himself up in a journey or in a leadership position, just so that they can actually get to change different mindsets, change the world of tomorrow, and change who we are for a better tomorrow. So as we start, we're actually going to talk about the first one today, the first D, which is the dominant person or the driver. Now, I look at this and I tie this a lot to the cholerics. Because when you look at the dominant or the driver, we have a general characteristics of them, which is 1, direct and decisive, high ego strength, problem solver, risk taker, and a self-starter. Because these guys are ready to actually just go out there, do something, go out there and try it. Yes, there might be failures, but they're like, hey, we've got to be able to get this done. So the question that comes in is, who are you? Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a dominant driver, as someone who is able to get to be decisive, or to be direct, or to actually be a problem solver, or do you take risks, right? But then let's understand something else about these guys. The value they have to a team, or the value they have to the surrounding people they have around them. So 1 is bottom line organizer. So they will basically have things organized. They'll basically have things have aligned because they're more critical, and even that OCD aspect of it is because they want to have things in a systematic format that is going to be able to help or lead someone else. Place high value on time. So time for them is very, very key because they have to get things done at a specific time. So mainly if I have to get a video done, I have to be able to do it on a certain day so that it gives me time to edit it. And then after editing it, I look at it, watch it, see if there's any mistakes, and then I'm able to post it. Now, all that has to be in that space where I've set out time and, fractions of what I'm going to do, because I have other things I'm going to be able to get done as well. So, and then another thing is challenge the status quo. Do you see yourself as someone who's going to be challenging in terms of you don't agree to just how the things are because they've been there before, since in time before memorial? Or do you see that there's a new way that you want to do them that comes with the problem solving part, or the risk taker, right? Do you see that, okay, maybe can we modify or change things a little bit just so that we can actually see what else can be done? Or do you see that? Or innovative. They always have ideas, want to be able to start something, and be able to get it done, start and get it done. But when we talk about that, there's a little bit of the negative side. So, which is the weaknesses are overstepping authority. Sometimes I think dominant or drivers or overachievers, that's what I can say, or maybe even a bit of cholerics, is find that if there is no person giving you leadership, or there's no person ahead of you who's showing you the direction, then you pretty much want to be able to take up that person's role and say, let me give the direction, instead of actually being humble. I can relate more of that, because sometimes I do want to get into that space, but at least I'm learning how to be able to refrain from that. Is because for me, sometimes I'm in that space where I feel like, oh, there is no this, okay, fine, let's be able to get it done. And that little patience to wait for direction, to wait for the leader to give you a path that you should be able to take on, sometimes could be difficult. But it's that space where you have to learn to slow down and wait for that person. But the thing is this, you find that this kind of people are most generally leaders because for them, they look at a direct approach to how to get things done. And most of the time, dominant and drivers are usually task-oriented than people-oriented. Another weakness about it is argumentative attitude. Yeah, I've seen that within myself a lot, mainly also in my marriage, because I do tend to argue more instead of listening more. I do tend to want to have my point raised or to have something that I've said stick and not listen to that person. And sometimes even in my leadership areas, that's where I have not had that. And I know it's a space where I'm trying to learn to step away from always being argumentative, unless it's really a space where I have to raise my own reasoning, raise my own understanding. But it's that space where I have to understand, okay, what is this person saying? What do they want me to do? What are they intending to mean with what they're saying? So instead of always having an answer. So the thing is, yeah, we're always those people that have an answer. We just want to listen to you to give you an answer. It's not listening to you to understand. And that's a big problem. Dislike routine. Yes. I think that's a struggle that I've had for a long time, because for me, I used to look at routine and be like, I can't keep on doing this over and over. I need a change. I need something spontaneous. I need something that is going to spark my thinking, is going to be able to spark my creativity, or is going to be able to change and make me uncomfortable, because being in a normal space, I'm just like, oh, it's dreadful, by the way. It's a very dreadful space. And we try to understand how then do we get to improve on this area. And then attempts too much at once. Yes, we feel like we can carry more on our shoulders than the world can give us. Not even the people, the world. Because you want to be able to say, okay, fine, I can do this, I can do that, I can multitask on this, I can take this up, I can take that up. And the thing is, funny enough, is busy people always seem to get tasks done, but the question is, what's the quality of those tasks that are being done? Because at times, yes, we can be busy, but it's because you know that you have to just get this done. So you get it done, out of the way, get it done, out of the way. So what's the next thing? And sometimes you don't give it the time and the effort to actually do the true out of you person to actually express and explain the way you'd really want to. And yeah, we hardly sometimes get time to really, really absorb into something. It's more of, oh, it's a task, we can get it done, good, get it done, and move on. What's the next task? So that's what I'm saying. It's always, we are task-oriented more than people-oriented, and being taken advantage of. I think that's one thing for me I've got to see in my perspective of life, because it's happened whereby people, because they know that I'm able to do it and I have the ability to do it and I have the strength to do it and I have the capability to do it. So it's more, oh, get this done for me, get this done for me. But there is no passion to know who I was, but it's because also me, the way I valued myself was more, oh, I can get this done and then we move on. It was not more about the relationship, it wasn't more about the person that I get to connect with. So it was more, get the task done, that's it. Okay, fine. If we meet again, fine. If we don't meet again, hey, it's okay. And usually that is a space that we tend to sometimes feel like as if we are more alone people and love to work alone, because we then don't know how exactly we are supposed to work with people, because you feel like someone's going to slow you down. So here's the thing with a dominant person, because I know primarily that's me. I'm dominant and I just want to be able to be in that space on taking out new ideas, on taking out new things or new tasks and being able to be in spaces. I've had to learn that I want to be able to a bit slow down. I want to be able to take it a bit a notch down. Why? Because in my focus as me as a determined person. So the thing is, one thing is my personal behavior is determined, demanding, driving, ambitious, pioneering, strong-willed, decisive, competitive, responsible, skeptical, logical, and independent. So you can already see that these things, when they come into playing in that area, you tend sometimes to miss out on the moment and you feel like as if time is running, right? So the thing is that will happen is me motivated by new challenges, new problems to solve, power, authority to take risks and making decisions, freedom from routine and mundane tasks, changing environments in which to work and play. Now, the ideal environment should include innovative focus on the future, non-routine, challenging task activities, projects that produce tangible results. So things that I'm going to see, I'm moving forward, I'm progressing. And sometimes it's progress for results and not progress for growth, because I'm just wanting to get the results and get things done, but I don't really see the growth. So if, like right now, I work, I serve as one of the pastors at Mavuno Church, and that for me, I see in how I lead my people. Sometimes I've had to actually take myself down, reduce the way I think, reduce the way I want to push out things, because I have to look at the value of the people as much as the task they get done. Because if their lives are valued, then they will get the work done. It won't have to be so difficult for me to actually give them work, because they'll feel like they're valued and they have the strength to do it. But when you don't value them and you give them tasks, they feel like, it's manipulation. And so most of the time, that's what happens. So freedom from control, supervision, details, personal evaluation based on my results, not methods. You get it? So it gets to that place where it's really difficult. And that for me now becomes that space where I wonder, what next does it happen? What next happens when you become such a person and truly you want to be able to change the world? Because we look at tomorrow and say, I want to be able to motivate people. I want to be able to change the world for the better. But the world sometimes cannot be changed by one man. It's by many people. And that's why Christ, as much, yes, he has the ability, is capable to actually wipe out and change everything, but he works through people. Why? Because it's about communion. So the thing is, as much as you're a dominant person, or one who's actually able to take on the task and you are the one to drive ahead, how do you drive the bus with the people in it, understanding where the direction is, and also knowing that you know where their heart is, and you actually cherish everything that they get to do? So that's pretty much about the dominant person. So yeah, next week we shall be talking about the influencing and inspiring person. But next week, let's get to understand the different aspect of a dominant leader and then an influencing leader. So yes, thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the like button and share as well. This is many things from me to you. Peace out, Coach Ishimwe.
For you to become an exceptional leader, an exemplary person. And this can be done with 1, joining us for how to be a real success. 2, putting your dreams to the test. 3, becoming a person of influence. 4, leadership gold. 5, leadership development. 6, and most important, self-actualization and development of who you are. If this is you, email us on this email or contact us on this number, but as well, do register with us on this link and we'll reach out to you.